Hello again, part 2. Hello, part 2. You might have watched the last video, which was of me reviewing sleater-kinney's first album, their self-titled album. You can just guess what's next. That's right, their second album. It's called Call the Doctor. It came out in 1996. It's 12 songs long. Carrie Brownstein, Corn Tucker, and still Laura McFarlane was doing the drumming for this recording. Let's just dive right in with song number 1, Call the Doctor. I really like this song. Several of the songs on this album are kind of earworms, you know? It just kind of gets stuck in my head. There Laura McFarlane goes with her cymbals again. What is her deal with cymbals? On the last album, you know, they were just getting started and everything like that. But on this album, they started like getting into their sound. You can hear in the chorus how there are like two melodies kind of one on top of the other. That like becomes their thing. I really like Call the Doctor a lot. It's about society like trying to fit you into a mold. It's also just really fun to shout the words. The like opening guitar part, that also really gets stuck in your head. Okay, next is Hubcap. When I first listened to the album, I didn't really like this one. So I think my problem with this one comes in that pre-chorus part where they were kind of like overlapping with their vowels and their notes and everything. It's just confusing for me to listen to. The background singing part I think is a little too repetitive for me as well. This part right here is the part that I'm not really feeling. See, it's like, what's going on? Here goes Laura McFarlane with her cymbals again. I'm liking this chorus though. I kind of like the harmony-ish type part. It just didn't speak to me that much. So next is that good old classic, Little Mouth. Get ready to have your socks rocked. Even though I don't really like super intense songs, and this one clearly is, the fact that it's really repetitive makes it more fun to shout along to. It's the type of song that you listen to when you're in that mood and you're like, ugh, I need to get angry, you know? That's the one. In that opening, when you're like, ooh, the guitar part, here it is, like, I'm anticipating, and then she just goes, damn you. Like, that's awesome. Next we have Anonymous. Me? What's up, girl? You wanna make an appearance?
I do. Hi.
This is a good one.
I like it. Oh, you already done this. New album.
Next album. Yeah. I really like this part. I did not like the way she said anonymous, because you know, when I say it, I'm just like, anonymous, you know? She goes, mas. I feel like that's not how the vowels should be. Otherwise, it's really good. As opposed to Call the Doctor, where it's about society trying to fit you into the mold, Anonymous is more about somebody trying to fit into the mold of society. She wants to be like everybody else. That lyric is pretty straightforward. I also really like the guitar part in that song. It just, you know, it appeals to me. Next song is Stay Where You Are. So I think this song's kind of message really well connects with the way that it sounds. That part is also really good too because, well, the whole song clearly it's like they're kind of searching. In that one, the fact that she's shouting, that she's right there, like trying to get the person to come, it's just really appropriate, I think. This song is one of the more clever ones on the album just because the whole song sounds very searching to me, even the guitar part. I think she's talking at least partly about how girls always have to be saved and that she's lost and she can't find herself by herself. And I think that she is pointing out that that's wrong. Obviously, I'm not sure. That came out of my head. That one is another earworm kind of song, especially the chorus gets really stuck in my head. Next is Good Things. Hearing that lyric, some things you lose, some things you give away, really gets me. Even though the title of it is Good Things, that's kind of ironic because in the song she goes, why do good things never want to stay? In the first album, there were a lot of heartbreaking songs. I feel like this is in the same vein. This one also breaks my heart. The part where she goes, this time it'll be all right, this time it'll be okay. You can kind of hear in her voice that it's just a hope. She's just saying that to make herself feel better, but she's not sure like if it'll be all right or not. The guitar part also sounds really sad. It plus the lyrics plus the melody all come together to make a very sad song. Next is I Want to Be Your Joey Ramone. I wrote half an essay about this. This song is about them being women in rock. She is referencing rock idols like Joey Ramone and Thurston Moore. At the end of the choruses, she goes, I'm the queen of rock and roll. I don't really have to analyze it for you. And anyway, I already have analyzed it. So. That line, throw away those old records, not only does it imply that her records are awesome and that you should throw away your old ones because they're useless compared to these, it also implies that the previous records that you had, they're old now, they're outdated. This is the new stuff, this is the good stuff. Pretty meta songwriting, I guess. Joey is kind of one of those essential sleater-kinney songs. If you can even make a list, Call the Doctor is on there too. I Want to Be Your Joey Ramone is just a really fun song and you can just jam out to it and you can also be like, yeah, girl power. Next we have Taking Me Home. A lot of the songs on this album are kind of about being watched by society, being observed. The reason is that Corin was working in customer service. She felt like people were always observing her. I feel like a lot of the songs on this album are also about finding yourself. When she says, I've gotten me mixed up with somebody else, that's about her not being able to find her true self and getting kind of trapped in a sense of being someone that's not who she really is inside. The next song is called Taste Test. Okay, so when I first listened to the album, I also kind of rejected this one as a song. I love the guitar part and the background singing I think is really pretty. See, that kind of ethereal, higher part in the background is really appealing to me. The guitar part kind of puts you on edge, and the ethereal part in the background is kind of ghost-like to me. This part also kind of puts me on edge. In the background, the voice put through the special effect, that's really cool. I like this too. I just do not know why I rejected that one. That was actually really good. What? It kind of gives you a really specific feeling that you're kind of on edge, you're looking for something. It's also really appealing, the melodies, the background singing, the special effects on the voice. Yeah, I'm adding this to the playlist right now. Who was I to reject this? The next song is My Stuff. What I really like in this song is the guitar part. That kind of floating up and down slip and slide of the guitar part. Yeah, it's that guitar part that I'm really digging right now. Yeah, it kind of floats down, but in a very deliberate way. The way Corin's voice weaves together with the guitar part in the verses really works. I think the contrast between the kind of floating guitar melody in the verses and that kind of more staccato, quick melody in the bridge is really intriguing. The chorus in My Stuff is kind of stagnant. It's kind of monotone in my heart, but the verses and the bridge are really appealing to me. The next song is I'm Not Waiting. So at first when you listen to the song, you're like, oh cool, like I'm not waiting till I grow up to be a woman. That's like so empowering. But you've got to listen closer. The Bible. She's come to help us. On I'm Not Waiting, Corin takes on the role of a warrior. Go out on the lawn, put your swimsuit on, she snarls before she reverts to the role of a young girl and sings, I'm not waiting till I grow up to be a woman. It's an audacious cry, desperately trying for womanhood to be an act of self-possession as opposed to an invitation. But the idea of not waiting until one grows up implies that there is hardly any age that is too young for a woman to be sexualized. Your words are sticky, stupid, running down my leg. The song has a foreboding creepiness, as if the male gaze and the language that augments it carry an implicit objectification. I hope that cleared things up. The last song on this album is Heart Attack. Carrie's voice is so, like, young. It's interesting to listen to. Also, when I listened to this song originally, I didn't like it. I think it might have been because of the part that just happened with the screaming. That was kind of surprising. In the verses, you have this nice melodic thing going where you kind of just want to sing along, and then suddenly she just screams. I kind of like how Carrie in this song, she doesn't really care about how her voice sounds. She's just trying to get her message out. Even if her voice is weaker than it becomes later, it still is really awesome to listen to. I really love both of their voices. They're both so like contrasting and yet they come together so well. This part is so pretty. What an end to a great album. I kind of liked that song too. I think I might add that one to the playlist as well. This album is obviously when they started developing their sound of two melodies in the chorus. The way Carrie characterizes it in the book is somewhat of an anti-chorus. It really speaks to the emotions and the message that they were trying to get out on this album. Even though all of the songs are really kind of different from each other, this album is really cohesive. It's a really strong second album, and I'm glad that they're starting to find their voice, and I really like it. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. All right, bye.